Hi YouTubers, it's Mark from Hoverdog. Right, I thought I need to make another beer, and I've been mulling it over and I didn't have all the ingredients and everything's bloody expensive. It's much easier just to buy commercial beer. For me, I'll go down the pub and socialise. But today I'm going to make a beer. It's very much improv, so it's bound to go wrong. So I've got the water out already. I'm not using my brew monk. I'm not going to use it because I don't fancy having a 6-hour brew day because of cleaning up, and it's now 12 o'clock midday. It's like, oh dear. So I'm going to brew in a pot. I thought, right, I'll make 15 litres. Of course, I can't use my 15 litre pot because that's the final batch. I'm going to have to use my bigger pot, and I'm going to use my induction plate. That's the word. Come on, think. I'm going to use my induction plate. It's a bit cool today. It's warm for UK-ish. It's like, I don't know, 18 degrees. But it's going to struggle, I know. And I can't really leave it in the brew shed because it's no longer just a brew shed, which I'll show you in a moment. So, what we're doing. It's that much improv. I went and got the camera out, tried to turn it on, and it went, no. So it's got a flat battery. It's like, oh, bloody hell. The world's against me. This is the worst day because it'll just all go wrong. I've got no yeast, well, no in-date yeast, and it'll be all right, but I've not made a starter. I should have done that first, really, last night. It's not going to go well, is it? I should just stop now and sit down and have a beer and watch TV. But no, we will persevere. So I've not brewed since, check the blackboard, 23rd of July 2023. And that was a disaster. Ginger Nipah, too much Galaxy. It was so bitter, or it's so bitter. And I've still got it in the brew shed. I should bin it. Right, stop waffling. We're going to do a quick beer. I'll whiz you around, show you my screen. I've copied it, I've cloned it, I've changed it, so it's not a clone, it's my own, sort of. I'll just show you. It's a Unity one, originally. It's not anymore. It's a simple brew, so some extra pale. I'll swap that out for something else because I haven't got that. Yeah, some oats, some wheat. Basically, Citra and Idaho 7. My Idaho 7 was best before 2022. It's been in the freezer all the time. It'll be fine, and it's a brand new pack, not been opened. So it's just a Citra Idaho 7 beer, basically. So the grains have gone in, and the malts. Oh, catching the bottom of my bag there. Seems very watery. Looks extremely watery. That's not right. That's the recipe's messed up with. Yeah, anyway, here's the DWB. It's a bit lumpy. Be right. Hey, we're flying by the seat with pants today, so I'm just going to mix that in. And I've got an hour's mash. This is too watery. I'm going to check the recipe, but yeah, this looks too watery to me. Far too bloody watery. This is 11 litres. Which should be like porridge. This is like very watery porridge. Yeah, this is not going well already, is it? Smells brilliant though. Okay, it's my fault. I took some of the malts out and I didn't scroll down, and it's actually come out as a litre less water, so I've actually put a litre too much in. I could add in an extra 200 of malts to correct it, but nah, it's just going to be a bit of a wishy-washy one. It'll be fine. I'll take the litre off the sparge water. It'll be fine. So I'll be doing, I'll call it 9 on the sparge. It'll all be great. Okay, that's my own fault. My bad. I'm having a great day. Today's yeast will be across my Loof Haze. I've used it before. It's great. Yeah, best before August 22. It'll be fine. It's been in the fridge all the time. So we're going with the Haze. We've actually got down to approximately 20. So I'm just going to throw it in. And I've got a little aluminium hat for the flat earthers to... they'll recognise that, won't they? So it's been in here for an hour. It's about 68 to 71. I've done it purposely on the high side so it's more chewy, more volumey, sort of like less ABV, but it'll be better. Good mouthfeel. I've just had a dunk in my sparge water. You can see that. I'm now going to sparge that. Basically, jug, pour it on top, just like we used to in the old days. Well, I finally got a boil on. It's taken ages. You can see it's just a slow rolling boil. If I put the lid on like this, and then it'll get hotter. And I'm on number 9, which is the maximum on my plate. Won't get any higher. This is a problem with them brewing outside. If I moved it inside the shed, it'd be great, but I've got stuff in there. I could actually probably, well, dangerous is it, moving 22 litres of water. I think it's 22 litres of not water. So yeah, if I leave the lid on, and then it will actually get up to temperature, but I don't like leaving the lid on. You know, really should be boiling all that water off, no excess, and any horrible little stuff we don't want. Although modern malts don't really need a full boil. I could probably get away with half an hour, but I think, well, I'm 4 points under on the pre-boil gravity, so what I should do really is just let it boil a bit longer. So I might give it an hour. So you can see now it's starting to get lots of condensation here. So if I lift it up, yeah, you've steamed up. Yeah, so that works. So look, you're letting the steam off. So just got to go inside and go on my computer for a bit. Watch YouTube, you know, 4 priests and all that lot. I watched it this morning. My yeast starter's not doing that good actually. I thought it would have kicked in by now, but I guess it's only been a couple of hours. Yeah, I've swirled it around a couple of times. It's got a bit of bubbly in the middle. You tend to see it do nothing and then suddenly it'll take off. So what I might do is I'll probably repeat myself later on, but I might do this later, like tomorrow. So I might pitch it, let it cool down overnight, which is often what I do, and then pitch the yeast next day. So today's a Sunday, so it's no problem. I've got my tilt balanced on the edge, spinning. It's just some star satin. I know I should have put more in, but it was the end, or right near the end there. So yeah, got a bit of star sand just on the old tilt. It's probably need a boot. Oh shite! Probably need a new battery because it's been in there what, nearly 3 years, something like that. Anyway, get the view out there. You can probably see me in the shed. No, you can't. Yeah. Oh, tell you what I haven't seen, guys, and this is a bit of a chat really. We're doing some tidying up, don't worry. Cleaned my decking off the other day. You haven't actually seen these two. So this is Arthur. He's an English Cocker Spaniel. He's 2 years and 2 months old. And here's his sister. This is Bessie. Oh, you can have some my shadow. Another, obviously Cocker Spaniel because of brother and sister. Yeah, this is my job today, to actually oil this. No, I've not done that. And we've still got Boris the cat. Look, Arthur's rolling over. He wants to stroke his belly. It's so soft. And if you're ever in the Wigan area, you'll see these two go around pubs on a Friday or a Saturday. Hello. Yeah, not great filming. Yeah, it's a soft dog. Okay, right. Well, back to the brewing, eh? Yeah, look, it is boiling. There's no hops, by the way, in this. This is just really just to boil it shortly for before I cool it to 77-ish, and throw in some Whirlpool hops for, I think it's something daft like 40 minutes. It's quite long. I'll come back and look at the screen in a bit. So what we're on 14:39. We've got 50 minutes boil, and I'll come back. Right, well, I let it boil for just over an hour because I think my volumes are a little bit high, and the ABV is only 3.9 predicted, and I was 4 points low at the start. Look, they're all my excuses. So I've now turned the heat off. I've not put my work chiller in. Just got to let it cool down to about 77. Then I've got a hop stand, so we're dropping nicely. Temperatures are now dropped to 77.4. It'll drop slightly if I give it a stir. So I know it's in the open air. Oh, you'll get wild yeast in it. Well, that pump. You know, I might get 1 or 2 bits in, but it's going to make nothing. No difference. Right, there we go. Yeah, 77, right. So, in goes our hops, which is, I'm going to have to look again, 30 of Citra, 15 of Idaho 7. So this goes in for 25 minutes. Do you know what? I'm an idiot, I should put those in the hop sock, shouldn't I? Oh well, never mind. Right, I'm going to put the lid on, leave it for 25 minutes. So I've done all I can do today. The beer is still in the boil pot. I've checked the temperature, so it's had a 25-minute hop stand. That's just for aroma. I've now got to wait till it cools down. I could use my chiller, but as I've said before, I'm on a water meter and I'm too tight to stick it on, even though it'd be 50p or something like that. So it's at 68 degrees, which is far too hot to put into my chubby fermenter, which is made from PET. So it's going to be below 40 centigrade. Anything above 50 will actually start to deform it. Not melt it, but deform it, that it might never come back. And it's a pressure fermenter, so I don't want to damage it. So I'm going to leave it there for today. I'll let this cool down. It might be cool enough later on tonight, 3 or 4 hours later. If not, I can come back tomorrow, which I'll try and film. I'll try and keep the same t-shirt on. I wear it all week. And then I'll just going to bung the yeast in. The yeast starter, I've put it in the beer fermentation fridge. So it's actually about 19 degrees. It was looking good, but it's out of date by like a year, so it'll have time for the wee beastie yeasties to do their stuff and multiply, and should give a better yield. I've not done a final gravity. I'm going to let this cool down. Sorry, post-boil gravity, not final gravity. And also this temperature, by the way, will be too hot for me tilt, which I've got tilt 2. Right, well that's it. So I'll be back in a few seconds, which for me will be tomorrow. Hello again. Right, that was a few seconds for you. Overnight for me. Okay, yes, I've got the same t-shirt on. Plan came to fruition. Yeah. So I'm in the brew shed. It's bloody cold the UK. Shed's lovely and warm. So here's my starter. It's gone balmy. It's very windy today and the door's just blown to, so the light might have changed. But yeah, look at that. It's actually worked. So my starter has kicked off, which is quite good. Oh, it stinks though. Stinks like wine. That's gone bad. It could be right, they always smell weird. Right, I'm going to throw the wort into the fermenter. Do I need to show you that? And then I'll put the yeast in, wow, and put it in the fridge. The idea is today that, or this beer, it says in the recipe to let it ferment out. Once it gets to final gravity and fermentation is finished, just dry hop for 2 days. I normally dry hop for like 5-6 days, and I normally put it in before fermentation is finished. It helps move all the malts, not malts, the hops around. Right, but I'm just going to do like the original creator of the recipe did. So, right, I'm waffling. Let me bung this in here. And there she sits. Just fits in, look. That's when I no shelf. I take the shelf out for that, but it's in there. I can't. Oh, actually, I might be able to do it now. The temperature, wherever that is. Oh, come round. I had stuck a piece of. There it is, polystyrene on, and it wasn't hitting the first time because there wasn't enough blooming wort in, but there is now. Right, I think I'll be able to attach it. It's just that wrong size, this one. Hold on, back in a minute. And there we go. I've stuck it a bit lower, so it's sort of, you know, I know it might be warm at the top, it's going to be fine. Right, okay. So yeah, no pressure yet, because just put it back on. Hand tight for that. All good, shut the door. And what we're reading now. Okay. So, it's in the fermentation fridge. It's blooming cold. I've had to put my pullover on because it's that blooming cold. Craziness. It's like mid-April and it's rather cold. Although I think a couple of years ago we actually had snow at this time of year. Right, it's in there. I can see the wort is actually at, it's now reading 18.2. So I think before it was slightly high, which hence I set it about 17.5, 18, because it's got to go up to 20. It'll be fine, don't worry. Right, what next? In there until it finally ferments out, and then I've got 2 days of dry hopping, which is going to be Citra, Sabro. I've used Sabro because I've run out of Citra. I've sort of mixed it a little bit, mainly Citra, a little bit of Sabro, and what's the other hop we put in? Idaho 7. So it's going to be those 3. Never used them in a combination before. In fact, never used Idaho 7 before. So no idea. Might come out completely horrible and might have to go down the drain like me ginger Nipah, which is a real shame because it just tasted gingery. Right. What's the next bit you'll see? Probably me dicking about with the fermenter and maybe kegging it or dry upping it or drinking it. Will this be a grain to glass? Who knows? Well, you can't believe what I've done. Look how high that pressure was. It was actually over the 30 psi. What I've done, I've actually put the spunding valve on the beer outlet one. Yeah, that's not good. And also, I know I'd not done this right. I knew that wasn't right, but the pressure was really high. So I'm just like reducing the pressure now. So that wasn't very good, was it? It's very silly, but the beer is fermenting well. It's down to 1023. So it's fermenting really well. Nice little Krausen there. Just waiting for final gravity or for it to stop changing. So yeah, just thought I'd throw this video in to make you laugh. That, you know, another mistake. Just wanted to film this. I'm about to dry hop it, and as I've released the pressure, the head's grown. That's getting, it's getting taller and taller. The pressure was, it says 35 psi, and it was at 30 because I haven't got the spunding valve set right. Anyway, I've run out of Citra. I've only got 75 grams and I wanted 115, so it'll have to do. But I've cut back on the Sabro because I'm not convinced I like Sabro. What the hell's that? I have no idea what that is. Oh, look at the head on this now. Right, pressure's nearly gone. I think I can get away with that. Oh, I'm using my phone again, by the way. I've worked out I can use my old phone. I've just got a 3D print a stand. Although, oh, I did find a stand the other day I could use. Right, okay, here we go. Oh, I don't want to pull that out, do I? Because it's not got star stand on it. So you act stuck on my watch. Yeah, little git. Right, you stay there. I'll kill the Krausen. Well, it's not Krausen, it's a head in it. So, I'm not going to get through the hole, am I? Oh god, here we go. I should have really just, I thought about putting this in 2 bags. It's a bit dusty, and I'm probably going to drop it on top of the bloody tilt, aren't I? Well, it's in there, and it's sinking! I'm sinking! Well, didn't sink much, did it? Right. It's saying, quick, get the top on before we, oh, you're going to get things in there, you'll get bugs, and your beer will be off, and it'll be skunked. Oh, bollocks. What a bollocks that is. People worry too much. Right. Get in there. What? Oh, come on. Come on, you little thing. Oh, I've knackered it up, haven't I? Hold on. It's on.
It's on. Whoever designed this didn't think the PLV ring might get stuck under the little lid. Bloody thing. Right, anyway. So pull you out a little bit. Quite a large head on that now. This is a 2-day dry hop. I can't tell you what's in it because I'm using my phone, but it's 75 of Citra. I think I put 20 of Sabro in, and was it 20 or 30 of? I changed my mind slightly, and I went for another hop. Oh, good God. Right. Mosaic. Yeah. Look, these are all the hops in my freezer. They are so out of date. That'll be a future video. What's that? Oh, Calypso. Top end looks weird in this light. I've run out of Citra. I need to get some more. Cross my loof, put a post on today. The popular hop. Did I say yeast then? My hop. I need to get more Citra anyway. The most popular hop this year, last year, 2023, was Citra. Need to buy a kilogram. So it's brown and murky, but I have moved it around and shaken it a bit. This was at 30 psi before, as I said, so that'll probably go up because I put the thing in. It'll start some more fermentation. 17.5, right. Give that for 2 days, dry hop, and then I should be able to keg it. So today is actually Tuesday, so Wednesday, Thursday, probably keg it Friday, should be right. Anyway, back in a minute. So I've just rigged up my extremely sketchy close transfer. So right, CO2 comes out, goes into the chubby. Out of the chubby, ignore the disconnect, it's the wrong colour, I know. In fact, no, I'm not on it. Yeah, out of the disconnect, it's a floating dip tube thing. I keep getting the wrong one, but yeah, floating dip tube comes out the green pipe and goes into the beer out, so that's the pipe that goes all the way to the bottom. This I've pressurised with CO2 already, so it's fine. All I need to do now is under the PRV. Now remember, this is full of CO2, so it does sink, and it's been here for 20 minutes, something like that, 10 minutes maybe. It'll have sunk to the bottom below the dip tube. So if I undo this, no oxygen's going to get in. Okay, now if I put some CO2 in here, it'll pressurise it, and we should, in theory, get beer flow into my keg. So let's try it. So I haven't got the tripod. I don't want to move my keg around too much because it will disturb all the stuff. I've just got a floating dip tube. Right, here we go. Turn that on. It's on quite low PSI. How can we tell it's going? Well, I guess this pipe should get cold. Oh gosh, it's getting, yeah, it is getting cold. Yep. Oh, very cold. So, can't hear it. What I should do is have a set of scales for this keg, and then I can see it getting heavier. But of course, our volume on the side of this keg will be going down, so I won't bore you and sit here for however long it is. I'll come back in a minute or two when it's done. It's making some funny noises. Oh my God, it's empty. I thought it had loads in. Well, maybe I should stop this now. Yeah. Turn that off. Oh shit. Turn this off. I didn't think it was actually working. I didn't think it was working, and straight I thought, oh, there's loads in. You can't really see at this angle, but yeah, it was empty. That's taken probably a minute. So probably just sucked up all the gun dry. Let me disconnect stuff. Let me disconnect the beer out first. Right, so that's going into the keg, so we can take that off as well. The PRV is closed, and we can take the gas off this fermenter. So here we go. I can see better than you can. Yeah, so we've sucked a bit of the crap. There's my tilt. Can you see it? Tilt. Yeah, well, there's a tilt in there. Floating dip tune and my bag of hops. So let's depressurise it, the PRV. pressure relief valve, if you don't know. I'll see that go in. So this now has, oh gosh, yeah, it's got a lot of beer in it. So what I need to do that is put that in the fridge and get some gas on it. Right, let's do that.
Right, here we are. Wort went in the fermentation fridge. It was too hot for the yeast. Let it come down to about 17.5. It fluctuates 1 degree, so 17 to 18. Nice. It hunts around the set point. Threw in the yeast, let it ferment out to about a week. Came out at 10:11, I think it was, maybe 10:10, around there. Did a good job. Raised it up over for 2 days for a diagonal rest to about 19, back down to 18. Threw in the dry hops for 3 days. Recipe said 2. To be honest, 2 or 3 days is not a great difference. What happened then? Oh, then I crashed it down to 5 degrees for about 3 days, and then kegged it. Kegged it on the 28th of April, and today's the 3rd of May. So, time to pull some beer off. It's been in there at 20 odd psi. It's going to be fine. I should knock it down the pressure a bit, but it's fine. It's been in there. Let's see what it is. Let's pour some beer. Really struggling to find somewhere that looks okay. So I want to sit down on my stool. So I either put you really high up. I could get the tripod out, couldn't I? Screw it. Right. So you just want to pour the beer. It's a Hazy IPA, which is what I wanted. Yeah. Not really carved, but it'll do. Yeah, I could do with probably shaking the keg up a bit, but I don't want to mess up the trub at the bottom. So let's go for it. I'm not getting much citra. I'm getting fruity. Actually, it's quite nice, that fruity. I don't know what it is. Lychee as well. I'm getting wafts of summer meadow, green grass, and bollocks. Right. It is fruity. A little bit of bitterness. Definitely lychee. Just clear my nose. You've had that in a pub. It's not one of these in-your-face, hoppy as hell, amazing beers. It's more of a, that's okay. Let's try it. Oh God. That is so bitter. Oh, no. It's bitter. And it's got that weird grainy taste that I don't like. I need to look at the recipe. Could it be the wheat beer? I didn't put that much in. What was it? Base malt was Marisotta. I mean, Marisotta is old. Would that really add to some off flavours? I don't think so. I was watching a bird outside the shed. It's a blackbird. Oh. So my last one, when I did the lovely hop, and I can't remember the name, that everyone hates now. Yeah, that was, they are old hops. They were still in date. My citra was well, I was slightly out of date, I think, but not that bad. And it smelt brilliant. This is, but bear in mind, there is no bittering hops in this. Absolutely not a single bittering hop. So the only ones you've got are, for 3 days, dry hopping. And it shouldn't come out that bitter. Oh, Jesus. That is really, really bad. So, yeah. Again, too bitter. I don't know what to do. I think maybe get some fresh grains and some fresh hops. I've done this before. I've done a beer like this. It's very similar before. Came out amazing. So it has to be the ingredients. The only other difference I've got is pressurised fermenter. That's the only difference. Okay, put it in the comments. Have you found you've had more bitter flavours when you've been doing a pressurised fermentation? Or have you had an issue with hops and maybe malts that are slightly out of date? Right, so comment below, because I'm doing something wrong now. The only thing I can try is, I think I've got enough grain for maybe 1 or 2 more brews. I have got some in-date hops, not many. I need to make a video of my hops in a bin. But I could do another one and do a non-pressurised fermentation. One of the dogs is here. She heard me talking. You know, this is a 3.5% beer. So, yeah, you smell a little bit of alcohol, but not much, as you'd expect. Well, you know, I'm not even going to finish that. That's a waste of a beer, but it's only like, it wasn't even a full keg. That is a real shame, because it looks the part. It looks like it should be good, but there's too much bitter in the hops. Yeah, if they're old, they'll lose some of their alpha acids, but, you know, or, yeah, alpha is the in your face, isn't it? And the beta is the bitter and hop part of it. But I think this is pressurised fermentation, but I don't see why other people have great successes with it. So there you go. That is my grain to glass, grain to drain, maybe, because that's what it's going to end up with. So my last ginger NEPA I did with was it Galaxy? I think it was Galaxy hop, and my Hazy IPA. Both of them have turned out crap. So I'm clearly not a brewer anymore. Disappointed. Okay. Good, bad and ugly. Good. I remembered actually how to brew using a pot, not my brew monk. Actually did it on a pot like old fashioned school, and it worked. So that was good. There was some mistakes, so the bad was that I did make some mistakes brewing. Actually, I've got a good one. Yeah, my closed fermenter, closed transfer to the keg went really well using me pipe and me fittings from Naked Keg. You can get them anywhere, these fittings, but yeah, I got them. They were brilliant. My tilt worked really well. So bad was there was a few mistakes I made. Not that bad, not really seriously bad, but hey, we all make mistakes. I've not brewed since July last year, 2023. The ugly, there was nothing really ugly. I did think about one before I made the video, but it wasn't really ugly. So I'm just disappointed. You know, perhaps you'd say the beer is ugly. It looks good. It tastes too bitter. I'll have to ask any friends I've got who like bitter beers. Do they want it? Because you can have it. Yeah. Something else I had to mention. I have to pause the video and try and work out what I was going to tell you. I'm looking around for inspiration. I can't see any. Yeah, there's something else. I might cut here and insert a video after I've finished. Oh, I'll tell you what was bad. I'd twiddled with my knob, and I'd set that wrong. I think I'd wound it out and I should have wound it in or something. And then the pressure was something like 30 psi in this. I might have just mentioned that on a previous video or edit, but it's a summary of this, so there you go. Yeah, so that was quite bad. I messed that bit up, but I worked it out and I twiddled with my knob again and got it right. So that was my own fault, but that's down to only using this pressurised fermenter twice. Yeah, I think all this came from Naked Keg. It definitely was from Naked Keg, because I needed that. Yeah, Bunding valve it's called. Look, I'm waffling on. Basically, it's been a bit of a disaster. it's not the beer I wanted. It's not the beer Mrs. Overdog wanted. So, I can't say any more. So look, this is Mark from Hoverdog, signing off. And as always, stay thirsty. Where's the camera? Stay thirsty. Bye. Right, whilst I'm making this video, I've had a thought. It might be that the beers are bitter because I did a flame out addition, but I left it in the fermenter when I put it in the fermentation fridge overnight. Now, there wasn't a massive amount of hops in there, but other than the pressurized fermentation, that's the only other thing I can think of which could have made the beer bitter taste. So that's my idea. I'm sure other people are thinking, hold on, it's because you did flame out and then you left it overnight in the wort. That's probably why. And it could be. But I've done this before and it was never that bitter. So the only way to prove that would actually be to put the hops in, get it out at temperature, perhaps put them in a bag, get it down to temperature, to put the hops in, leave it like, was it an hour? Half an hour, 25 minutes I think it was, and then I can take the hops out and then put the beer in the fridge overnight to cool down. Right, well that's my bit at the end, that's my waffle, that's enough. Okay, bye.